everyone, my name is Mackenzie Gannon. I am a student at the University of Arizona and I am studying to become a special education teacher. For this video assignment, I was asked to answer some questions based on a video that we viewed in class, and it's called Little Man. And it's a really emotionally packed and controversial story, but it was very, very interesting. So let's just get right into it. All right, so the first question is, pick one memorable image from the film that stood out to you, and describe the scene and tell what it revealed to you. There's a part in the movie when Nicholas, the sweet little baby who has disabilities, gets glasses, and he's able to see far away for the first time, and he gets a big smile on his face. And not only is it really cute, but it's also very inspiring to me to realize that no matter how difficult it may be, every child, every life is worth saving. Number 2, as you watch the film, what questions did you have? What did you wonder about? Provide at least 5. Now I have about 10, so we'll get through them. So the first thing I was thinking about was, wow, I can't help but feel pretty angry with the chosen surrogate. These two women, Nicole and Gwen, chose a surrogate mother for this baby, and she kept her physical health very quiet, and I don't know how. They wanted a baby by this lady, but she didn't reveal any of her health concerns, and to me that's very unethical. Also, I am very opposed to abortion, and even though this baby's prognosis was very bleak, and terminating this pregnancy was suggested and even encouraged by doctors and nurses and family friends, I really do respect these women for choosing not to abort and ultimately choosing the most difficult path. And they were willing to journey down any difficult road that would inevitably come. Also, the surrogate was in very poor health, especially in terms of her high blood pressure. She had preeclampsia when she was pregnant with Nicholas. I wonder if anything had happened to her and she had lost her life during the pregnancy, would the mothers be responsible for her death? Choosing to abort was definitely a very risky move on their part. I also wonder if the surrogate mother had an opinion about that, because it was her body, and I wonder if she was aware of every step that was taken, the premature baby delivery, the long-term health effects, maybe from the pregnancy and other things. I have so much respect for the doctors and nurses in the NICU. It truly is an emotionally draining world, and I wonder how Nicholas's team dealt with the trauma and uncertainty that each day would bring. And we see in the video that there are some very upsetting days. So this is a little bit unrelated, and maybe a little insensitive, but I'm wondering how in the world all of this medical care was taken care of financially. How were the mothers able to work and take care of their other daughter? It must have been a very pricey journey. So one quote in the movie One mother, I'm not sure which, says, "When does caring become cruelty?" And that's something that I've been thinking about as I have viewed this video. It's such a thought-provoking question, and I wonder how much support the mothers were given throughout this experience. I'm sure there were, some who thought less of them for allowing Nicholas to suffer. Others could have, even been angry with them for devoting most of their time to Nicholas and not to their toddler at home. So I just wonder what their support system was like. I wonder if things could have been so different if one of Nicholas's mothers wasn't so vigilant in going to the hospital every day and sitting with him and taking care of him day and night. I wonder how instrumental she was in his recovery and development. And of course I, self-analyze, and I wonder if I could realistically be as strong if I were in a similar situation. And I've done a lot of introspective thinking during this film. And Gabrielle, the sweet little girl that Nicole and Gwen had before Nicholas, is such a light to their family, and she's just the sweetest, kindest, and most patient little girl, and I really hope that she knows that and is reminded of that, because she's a gem. The next question, what specific aspect of the film did you like best, and why? So I really liked the film. It was very packed with emotional weight, and a lot of questions were asked within myself, and it was set up very well. I really liked that the film had a lot of dialogue in it, like behind the scenes, like the mother was reading excerpts from her journal. It gave the film a better sense of, a personalization that's important when telling such a difficult story. They really pulled it off. And I love how brutally honest and candid this film was in portraying what life really is like, that come with having a child with special needs. That was very, very powerful. The last question is a little more sensitive, and it says, discuss topics, events, or areas where your values were challenged or in conflict with what was transpiring in the film. So this documentary really tugged at my heartstrings. So many different emotions were extracted as I watched this seemingly never-ending struggle, Nicole and Gwen had with their son. First and foremost, I felt a lot of sadness. It really is so sad that stories like theirs happens all around us. I also felt anger. I'm so angry that the surrogate mother wasn't honest about her health from the get-go. In retrospect, so many of their hurdles could have been avoided if she had been honest. Next, I feel humbled. I hope that I'll never have to endure what Nicole and Gwen had. But I know that it happens. And though different, Nicholas' story kind of hits close to home. Before I was born, I suffered a massive stroke, and consequently I had seizures and spent a long time in the hospital when I was a baby. My prognosis was bleak, and my parents were told that the damage done in my brain to the left side of my brain was so severe that I wasn't going to learn. I wasn't going to talk, I wasn't going to walk, couldn't feed myself, and my mom was devastated that I would never know who she was. And I'm really grateful for my parents' faith and devotion in caring for me. And I am thankful that I was healed of all my disabilities at an early age. And I know that this doesn't happen every day, but it's really given me a lot to think about and a lot to be grateful for. And today I don't suffer any side effects from my stroke at birth, and I'm really grateful. And finally, I feel hope. I am very opposed to abortion, as I mentioned before, but I have compassion for those who make the difficult decision to terminate a high-risk pregnancy. But ultimately, I appreciate Gwen and Nicole for not. And honestly, if babies like Nicholas weren't given a chance at life, then I, as a future teacher, wouldn't be blessed to teach them. And so I'm here in school because of babies like Nicholas. And I am very grateful and excited to teach. And that is the conclusion of my question answering session. Thank you very much.